How's your golf game?
It struggles a little bit. I can drive the ball pretty far. Short game's come a long way, but still not like a couple of the guys we have on the team here.
We talked about this a little last week, I guess. Just give me how you feel about coming into camp. And you talked about being a little slimmer this year than you were, I guess, last year.
Yeah, I feel great. This is the best I've felt in a number of years. Off-season training where I didn't have any operations or anything like that. So I had a nice summer of training, dropped a little bit of weight, and it's just something I wanted to take care of. But I feel great on the ice, off the ice, and from a team standpoint, I don't think anyone could be more excited than us. And with all the changes up top and the turnover on the roster, so it's an exciting time to be an Edmonton Oiler.
Dropping weight, was that something for you just want to get a little faster, or?
Yeah, it's a matter of realizing that the game is changing, and in no way is my role as kind of a tougher player becoming extinct, but it is lessening, and I have to be able to do a lot of the things on the ice to keep up and make plays, and it's something that I talked with management about after last year, is just getting a little quicker and getting my first 3 strides, a little more explosive. So it's just something I try to work on.
If you do lose weight, Luke, and then you get into a tussle, does it change the way you fight, I guess?
I guess we'll find out. Right? No, I've played at lower weights. I've played at higher weights. To me, it's the fighting technique, fighting stuff like that. It's all your style, and it's all a certain technique. To me, it doesn't matter how much you weigh or how strong you are. There's a lot of things that can go into it, and for me, fighting is half the battle is a mental standpoint, being able to stand in there and take a punch. Whether you're 240 or you're 210, if you can't take a punch, then there's not too many times you're going to stand in there with a lot of guys in the league. So I think I'll be fine, and it's something that I don't think it's going to affect the way I fight.
More time doing skill drills at all on the ice in the summer?
Yeah, but I always have. I made that notion a couple of years ago, especially when I got picked up with Edmonton. I realized the skill that it takes to play in the NHL is that you're not going to get by just as a tough guy anymore. It's done, right? It's a matter of being able to play 8 to 10 minutes a night, chipping in offensively every once in a while, and being able to make plays at your blue line and at their blue line. And if that's something you can't do on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, especially as a winger up and down the walls, you're not going to find your way into an NHL lineup, whether you can fight or not. So it's always something I've tried to work on, but especially more last summer.
With your roommates, maybe you can give them some tips, and they can conversely give you different tips.
Yeah, I guess we could work off each other a little bit, but hopefully those 2 guys won't have to do any of my style of game anytime soon. But
foundation questions here. I know we want to allow some hockey questions, but it'd be good to have a couple foundation questions too.
Okay.
One more hockey question. Todd McClellan, is it encouraging to know that Todd McClellan has always had kind of that grit and tough character kind of guy in his lineup in past teams? I mean, for yourself, even though you got to up the skill side.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but at the same time, it's not something I'm leaning on. It's not something I'm looking to fall back onto. Or if I say, hey, I didn't have an extraordinarily good camp, but Todd's always had a guy there. It's not something I'll have in the back of my mind, because at the end of the day, I got to play hockey as a player and be a hockey player, not just a tough guy, And so I look at that, and it certainly is, fairly encouraging, but it's not something I want to fall back onto.
Now, in terms of the foundation, with Connor here, I mean, you've seen the buzz, you know how much there is. Do you think that is going to actually end up helping the foundation, just because it's just going to bring in so much more excitement? Yeah, for sure. I think for any player on the team, and especially a young face like Connor, the work you can put in with the foundation here in town, I think it just stretches so far. I think the foundation has done so much for the city. Community rinks, inner city high. I know the work I did last year with the hair massacre, I didn't know it was going to take off that well, but the fans and the people of Edmonton really respond to it. And I think having a young, fresh face like Connor, or even a guy like myself, to pitch in and be able to give back at times, I think it's something we really owe to the community, and it's something that everybody should be taking part of, and we've done a good job at it.
Thanks, guys.
A good distraction, sorry, a good different pace as to not just everything's on the ice, but getting out in the community, meeting with fans.
Yeah, for sure. In past, there's been a lot of stuff around the rink, but the thing I love about the community is it's stuff that kind of brings you out of your comfort zone a little bit. I'm sure guys haven't been to places like the inner city high, and even like coming out playing golf. Like it's stuff that I'm sure European guys and guys that aren't used to doing different things aren't accustomed to, and that's why I think it's great that we're out here doing this, and there's just so many events that they have that help benefit the community.